What's going on, cigar world? What's going on, cigar enthusiasts? It's your boy Jack.
It's your boy Nate the Great.
And we are the Virtual Smoke Deck. Welcome to the Virtual Smoke Deck, where every conversations feel like you're chilling in a lounge.
Here we spark more than just cigars. We spark real conversation.
From culture and community to business, lifestyle, and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Every week, we'll sit down with voices that matter over sticks that count.
Man, welcome back to week one of the Virtual Smoke Deck, man. I'm so excited. I remember when I first created the Virtual Smoke Deck with a dollar and a dream thought process of how can I propel the mission and the focus of Dapper D's forward. And man, we have gotten to an amazing part. We started the Virtual Smoke Deck in 2020. Which was interviewing people. But in 2023, I experienced a really bad burnout. And I was like, man, what if I ever bring it back, I want to make sure we do it in studio. I have an amazing co-host that we can do it with.
With the great
in lounge, man. And I'm so excited to see where the Virtual Smoke Deck goes from here. And I believe that we are in perfect sync with each other in regards to that.
Hey, appreciate the invite. You know, definitely coming aboard on the team.
Yes.
Yes, this is great. New experience. This is awesome.
Well, Nate's been a good friend of mine for some time now. Nate's gonna be able to tell the story here in a little bit more here shortly. But I want to say, man, you have really two personalities sitting in the seat that have a very unique relationship, right? And man, you guys get to walk through however long this goes, man. You guys get to walk through and be a part of the integral part of this at that.
Very much so.
So Nate, tell us a little bit about you. Give us a brief bio of you.
Brief bio. Yeah, where we start? I'm actually originally from the West Coast. Definitely that.
West Coast, South, Southern Cal,
SoCal, Southeast.
SoCal. Come on now.
There it is. So yeah,
Dago.
For sure.
Come on, Dago.
All right, and
Lincoln area.
Hey, don't worry about that. Yeah, you know, Southeast, Gribble. What? There we are. So yeah, I'm originally from California. However, all my family lived in Jersey. They moved about 2 years before I was born, so that's how, you know, out of my family, I'm the one from Cali kind of thing. To start of it. So you know, I go both ways as far as flavors. You know, I could go from Chuck Taylors to some Timbs.
Come on.
So you know, and all points in between. but yes, bi-coastal on that. For myself, retired military.
Type CT.
Yeah. I'm in there.
Who y'all, Navy?
Yeah, Navy Chief, Navy Pride. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I recently, well, not recently, I guess, but retired in 21 December, and yeah, just it's been a new journey, man, for me as far as that, and the transition moving over has actually been seamless and great. You know. Married, wife, kids, just celebrated our 26th year anniversary.
Come on, man. So beautiful.
Yeah, so got two boys. Both of them are at JU. My youngest son actually rows on the JU team, on the rowing team. They'll be, and my oldest, he'll be starting his senior year. My youngest will be in his sophomore year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely awesome, man. Oldest, he'll be actually graduating 6 months early, so he'll be finishing early by December, by winter break, and then he'll just wait to walk in May. So we're definitely looking forward to that. Absolutely, and I'll be coming up shortly. Graduated with my master's.
Come on, man.
And MBA with a concentration in IT. So yes, that's what I did in the Navy, was an IT. But
what's IT mean?
Information systems technician.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can talk about us, but you can't talk without us. You know, that's what we like to say. So that's just, you know, just our regular jargon, man, that, you know, we big up ourselves kind of thing. But yeah, I'm here, man. I enjoy cigars. I enjoy smoking. hanging out with the fellas or just my smoking peoples, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself in a nutshell, I guess.
Well, for me, if you haven't heard my story, I was in the Navy for 10 years, originally from a small town called Kankakee, Illinois. Shout out to King Von for putting Kankakee on the map. Hey, Kankakee in the building, man. Born and raised out there. Got a bunch of family in Chicago. Ran the streets of Chicago for a very long time, and eventually I ended up leaving and joining the Navy myself. I did 10 years in the Navy. I was a machinist mate, which is more of a steam engineer in simplistic terms. But I didn't go in as a machinist mate. I came in as a engineman. So I was a diesel tech when I first got in.
Okay.
Did 10 years in the Navy. Truth be told, from being honest, cigars was not supposed to be the way I went. I was really supposed to go law enforcement. Okay. And God said something totally different. And so whenever God talks to you or derails what you want to do to put you in his will, you go and do that. So oddly enough, I got out the Navy. And I started doing some jobs. I worked in as a financial advisor for a little while, and was also in HR for a while too.
Okay.
And then eventually I fell to a like rock bottom place, and my wife was like, "Well, you talked about opening up what your ideal cigar lounge would look like in 2017. Why don't you go open it?" And this is like 2020 at this point, like literally the beginning of 2020. I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to do that? So that's when Dapper D's was founded. I am the owner and CEO and president of Dapper Collective, as well as Dapper D's Cigars, located in Jacksonville. 2 locations with a third one coming.
Boss.
Downtown.
Hey.
And if you have not seen that, you definitely want to go stop on the socials and see that announcement. It was crazy. We bought out one of our competitors, which was huge. And now we have 2 locations. We opened up our first location in River City, which is near the airport in Jacksonville, Florida, in 2021. Then we opened up our St. John store, which is the one we sit in right now, in 2023. And we will have our downtown location open in 2025. Now,
we see them numbers every 2 years.
I was just about to say, like, that was never the thought process. It just kind of happened that way. Okay. Yeah, we're going to see an anomaly to those 2 years here soon. Yeah, we can just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. One thing that Nate didn't tell you guys, he just recently joined the ownership group of Dapper Collective. Which is our C Corp. So congratulations, man. We are happy to have you, man.
Appreciate that.
So it's only fitting. It's only fitting that he is now the host on the virtual smoke deck, and now we've got it to a point where nobody can leave. Nobody can leave, man.
Hey, man, got some skin in the game now.
Hey, when somebody leaves, that means some things have changed. Okay,
blood in, blood out.
Yeah, right. 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. What are you smoking right now?
Oh, I got that Rocky Mattel. It's that 30th year. Not even out yet.
Yeah, not even out.
Yay.
It's coming out soon.
Coming out soon, but sometimes you guys smoke that exclusive when you sit with good company. But yes, definitely Rocky Mattel cigar. The 30th year is nice. Just a little bit, I didn't put it in my bio, but I'm actually half Honduran, so I'm a little biased, right? So Rocky Mattel does some Honduran tobacco, and so that's in their fillers along with the Nicaraguan in this particular cigar itself. So Rocky Mattel is one of the few cigars that does Honduran leaf. They're not the only one, but they do. Alex Bradley's another one, but that'll probably be another cigar for another week. But yes, Rocky Mattel, 30th year. Yes, appreciate that.
100%. And currently, right now, I'm actually smoking the pre-banded Dias de Gloria Brazil. One thing that me and Nate has gotten about, we're gonna really talk about it here in our next segment, but we were able to visit the AJ Fernandez factory in Esteli about 2 years ago, man, and I actually got this cigar before it actually came out. It's a great cigar, one that was released and put on display in PCA 2023.
I believe it was 23.
23? Yeah, because we just got done with, 23. It was July of 23 because that was the last time we did PCA in Vegas. No, that was 24. 24. Yeah,
because this year was
Perdomo. So yeah, that was 24 last year. So now it's been on the shelf for over a year now. And so, but it's I love cigars that that gives you the ability to smoke it before all the fanciness goes on it. Gotcha. Before the company starts to band it and really doll it up to make it presentable to purchase to the consumer. That's when I like to smoke it, man. That's when you really take out the eyes and the perception, thought process of it, and really focus on the true complexity of the cigar, man. So overall, a great cigar. If you haven't tried it, stop by Dapper D's today or one of our locations as well as our online and get it, or go stop by one of your local brick and mortars. We always are going to promote local brick and mortars on the show. They are the backbone of the cigar industry. But yeah, one of our first segments called "What's New." This is where we will update you on anything that's new. The virtual smoke deck is not just a place where we talk about cigars. That is a focal point on our show, but it's also a place where we can talk about what's new in the cigar industry, what's new in the bourbon industry, what's new in the car industry, what's new in sports, what's new, period, right? So this week, since we are bringing back the virtual smoke deck, I thought it was important for us to definitely talk about cigars, but
smoke.
But yes, we got to talk about what we can smoke.
Yes.
So man, we got Perdomo Legacy. Just dropped.
Yes.
June 23rd.
Yes.
Man, it's been major.
Yes.
We had a Father's Day event in store where we pre-sold a bunch of boxes heading into that actual release. And so if you were one of those people that stopped by, man, hopefully you're enjoying your legacy up to this point. But it's also found in both of our stores now, man. This cigar is so amazing because it's a way of commemorating Big Singer Nick. I'm about to say Big Nick. That was gonna be no Diddy. Wait a minute. Focus, man. Get your head. But it's Nicholas III created this cigar for his dad, which is Nick Perdomo Jr. If you don't know the story, Nick Perdomo Sr. is Nick dad that actually founded Perdomo Cigars, right? So it's just funny how this goes. And when we went to Nicaragua this year, we were able to see kind of the pre-packaging. We were able to see the boxes. We weren't able to see it with the band on when we was out there. But
we got to try it before everybody else.
But we did. We were the first Cigar Lounge, cigar folks to ever smoke the Legacy outside of Perdomo staff.
Yes, big up to Arthur.
Big ups to Arthur, man.
Coming through.
And plus, it was some great retailers there. So it was like all three was big retailers. Shout out to the cigar shop in Biloxi. And what was the one in Fairhope, Alabama?
I remember the guys.
It's a cigar shop in Fairhope, Alabama. It's only one, so you can't miss that one.
Yes.
But man, we all was out there for the Perdomo tour, and that's when we all was like, all the owners was like, hey, we got to smoke the Legacy. And he was like, we haven't gave anybody a Legacy. I'm like, yeah, but we're not everybody.
Hey, pressure bust pipes.
Pressure does bust pipes.
Y'all had it on, boy.
Hey, look.
I appreciate it.
Hey, we did not stop, okay?
Yes.
And so Yeah, man, we got to smoke it, and we had the Maduro, man, and now being able to taste the Connecticut and the Nicaragua sun-grown
Yes.
shade wrapper, which is kind of a tongue twister because it's not something that is typical, especially not for Perdomo. It's really just sun-grown. The difference between shade and sun-grown is just they grow it in like a cheesecloth vicinity, whereas it has limited amount of sun. So man, it's a really unique hybrid seed that they created that wrapper with. So
You're definitely in the middle.
oh man,
Yes.
truly
Yes.
one of my favorites. Truly one of my favorites. I wish I could be smoking that right now, but it just kind of didn't flow right.
In due time.
Yeah.
In due time. In
What's
due
new for
time.
you, Nate?
Oh, for me, like I talked about earlier, I mean, I'm smoking the Rocky Patel 30th. So this is
That hasn't even been released yet.
talk about it.
Hey, come on.
Hey, so this is, another exclusive that we have. Appreciate it, because truth be told, it's not my first one.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not my
Where
first
who you get your first one from?
I know a guy.
Oh, you know a guy. Okay,
I know
okay,
a guy. Okay, so I don't need to tell my resources and my plugs, but I know a guy. So yeah, definitely. Like I was talking about before, it has the Honduran and Nicaraguan fillers in there. The San Andreas Mexican wrapper is what it's wrapped in, and man, it's a good smoke.
Great cigar.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy is that is the 30th cigar. So just being able to watch these companies really do some amazing work for 30 years is simply amazing, right?
Yeah.
You got some people that try to skip the front of the line, and they're going based on when their business was started or when they were created or something like that. But this is 30 years of legit hard work, dedication made by Rocky. You know what's funny is I know you're a big Rocky guy.
I am.
But I mean, my first couple of Rockies a decade was probably one of the first ones that I actually enjoyed.
Okay.
But man, Rocky has redeveloped or redefined who Rocky is, and now a lot of his packaging on his new cigars is simply amazing. Cigars are amazing. One of my favorites is DBS. You got Emerald. Emerald is a banger. You got Gold Label. Gold Label is we can't even keep it on the shelf.
Yes.
Gold Label's a banger. Disciples a banger. White Label's a banger. But you know what's crazy? That's all we carry. We only carry his newer stuff.
Gotcha.
We don't even carry like the decade and stuff, because personally that's when I felt like
That's when it started.
Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, you got to carry this. Yeah. Before it was like it does well in some spots and it don't do well in some spots, but
definitely when they had the edge and all those, it didn't. Really hit.
You were just all over the spectrum with it.
Yes.
Conviction was another good one, man.
Conviction was a good one.
Oh my
It's
god,
a little pricier.
$100 cigar.
So it's not for the weak at heart, but it's been my mission to smoke every single Rocky Patel that's been made and produced.
Yeah.
So it's kind of my little side adventure that I've been pursuing.
Yeah.
So definitely, like I said, I got my hands on this 30th. So definitely, I'm on my way up.
Yeah. And so we had PCA in March. PCA is where we get that's the Premium Cigar Association event that we do. We did it in New Orleans this year, and we get a glimpse of what all new cigars is coming out. Man, we're starting to see some major rollouts. Atabey just came out with a new cigar. Tatuaje, which is known for their limited releases, which has kind of become a limited release brand, which sucks because like, when you look at the Perdomos, how when Perdomo typically puts out one new blend every 2 years. They've been kind of rolling out a couple of them with the 12 years and the 30th, and then Legacy coming out. There's kind of a lot for them. But then you got people like, Pete Johnson with Tatuaje, man. I love Pete. Pete's a great guy. But the brand is starting to really become one of those new releases. And all the stuff that's normally on the shelves is like not thought about. It's like, what can we get from new? But they got a bunch of new product coming out. Padron has some new product coming out. Oliva got some new product coming out. Dumbarton, Year of the DQ is out now. Okay. Which is a cigar, because a lot of them are kind of flowing with the the Chinese New Year's type deal.
Yes.
So that was his way of following that, but it was a change. He did a change. He did something different with it.
Because he did do the Rocky Patel Year of the Snake.
Year of the Snake,
which
Rocky,
is
yeah.
actually mine. Shout out to my 70s baby, 77, you know it is. But yeah, so he did Year of the Snake, and good cigar.
Yeah.
Good cigar.
So it's a lot of things coming out this summer. Especially you're starting to see some price increases now too. Talk about what's new, right? Tariffs is starting to affect. Most cigar brands are going up in their prices.
Yeah.
The issue when things start going up, it typically don't go down. I made a post about this. Some brands didn't like it that I jumped in front of that, but it was the reality and how the state of the economy that we're in. I'm just hoping it kind of balances back out at some point, man.
Today's cigars are not yesterday's prices.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, how did we meet, Nate?
Ooh, give the people what they want.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, so how did we meet? It was roughly around 2017, 2018. I was leaving the USS Iwo Jima, and transferring to ATG. For those that don't know, a float training group. So we train the trainers, basically. So we met at 17. I had to go back on there for an assessment, and that's when I run into Jack in his element, doing his thing. And but it was kind of one of those, like, I
was a beast on these.
Yeah, I see you, but I can't acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see you moving, but okay, just put it in the mind. All right, cool. Leave from there. Then we move on. Fast forward probably about 2 years or so, and then we're able to start a small group, men's Bible study group in at the church, Impact Church. Shout out Bishop George Davis, one of the greats.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, and Pastor April too. Hey, you got to have a rib with you.
Yeah,
so,
come on, man.
So definitely.
Boy, don't get us preaching on him.
Hey, right? What?
Hey, boy,
Hey,
look,
so
I stir him up, dog. Get the spirit going.
yes, and so we had the opportunity to start that small group up, and so that's what, like cigar. Oh yeah, I'm in that, and our relationship kind of blossomed from there.
Yeah.
So going into the men's group, great study. I mean, and then doing it while smoking a cigar, phenomenal. And I think that's where our relationship grew a little bit more, a little deeper, a little stronger. And then we go to church together as well, and then taking the first factory tour to AJ Fernandez last year. That was eye-opening. I don't know how to say it any other way. I mean, because you see the whole process of how a cigar is made. I mean, from seed to sale.
Yeah.
It's like we like to say, seed to sale. And all points in between was actually phenomenal. Just good information. And then we doubled back, went this year, and went to Perdermo factory tour just to see how they kind of do business. A little bit different. They're quality controlled, phenomenal.
Yeah,
like I didn't think you could be that. That standard is so high. Like, man,
The consistency.
Is crazy. So, and shout out to the master blenders that, kind of do the reverse engineering. They smoke a cigar, and then from smoking it, they have to recreate that to perfection. Yeah. So every cigar, no matter what, is the same. So looking at that was awesome. I mean, just going to that, and granted, that was my second factory tour, but you always learn something. You might have missed something or whatever the case may be, but learning that was great. And again, we was on the trip together. Yeah. And then fast forward, then we ended up getting scuba certified.
Yeah,
together. Well, I was already certified, but to get my advanced.
Yeah.
And it's interesting why I waited so long, but it was meant to be why I waited so long, right? So Jack and I went and got our advanced scuba certification and in May, and so now, I mean, my dad brother, you know what I'm saying, going down there under the sea. You know what I mean?
Looking for mermaids.
They looking for mermaids. You know what I mean? What they got on? Little flounder down there, little Sebastian. And
We
so,
still ain't seen no mermaids yet.
Yeah, still ain't
we
seen
seen
no
some really
mermaid.
dope stuff, but not no mermaid.
But yeah, so I mean, doing that.
That Goliath on that last one, that last trip.
Yes.
Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah. I've digressed.
I
But yes.
digress.
So it was just building upon that, and yeah, like you mentioned before, now I have some skin in the game. So it's one of those things that it's just the developing brotherhood and like extended family now. At different functions, got me going to dance competitions and things like that. But my niece, that's what she do, so that's where I'm at.
That
right?
part.
And yeah, it's just
Don't
great.
let her hear you say dance. She gonna flip a table.
Oh man.
It is cheer. I cheer.
Dance cheer. My apologies. My apologies, little buddy. Hey, my apologies, Denver. I got you. All right, so So I'm at places I'm not prone to go into, but yeah. So I mean, it's been an adventure, man.
Yeah, man.
It's more to come.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But,
you know what's unique about it all? It's like, in the Navy, it's really hard. Like, there's no way to truly develop this type of friendship that we have due to the fact of kind of where we were like rank wise, right? Because in the Navy, like, you don't really have the opportunity to really become friends with people that you will most likely be like-minded, have the same type of mindset.
Yes.
Because rank is a big thing. You got fraternization policies and all that stuff. So typically you're going on and you're thinking you're finding friends and making those friends and stuff like that. But, the Navy, which is that was a way for God to just kind of pass across our paths and be like, you know what? I'm going to do something with y'all. I don't know. He knows.
Yes.
But we didn't know what
he
was going to do with us. And
absolutely.
It's just funny how that process goes. And eventually what I think needed to be added to the story is, it started off with definitely small group. Small group is, like you said, it's a men's Bible study that we do at our River City store. It's an amazing experience, right, man? We done had some people truly say yes to God in a cigar lounge, man, and that's so amazing. If you know us, one thing you know about us, man, we love God, man, and we're not afraid to tell you, what He has done for us. I know some people get afraid, but Dapper D's is something that God has caused me to do. As I told you before, I wanted to be in policing, man, and He was like, bro, give it up. Like, you're not doing that.
Saying Miranda rights.
Bro, hey, look, I was going to arrest you. You could go to jail. You could go to jail. What I say, I wasn't going to write you a ticket. I don't like writing tickets. But I would have taken you to jail, dog. You was going to go straight down to the P Farms or Bay Street. Or
Yes. Smell the coffee.
Hey, bro, smell the coffee. If you smell the coffee, you ain't going to jail, okay? But it's just funny how it works, and we did small group, but then eventually it started. We was in the same functions, right? We was in the same environments, and man, it's really two different personalities, but very similar, right? Very, very, very similar. We have very similar processes and thought processes and stuff like that, and it's just crazy how God worked that out, and then now we're here. And we're doing a virtual smoke deck and, talking about our Navy time and talking about what it could have been and should have been. And now look at what it actually is, man. Yeah. So very, very interesting to see kind of where it goes from here, man.
Yes, very much so. Definitely.
3.
Looking for the ultimate cigar experience? Step into Dapper Cigars, where premium cigars, unmatched vibes, and exceptional service come together.
Whether you're a seasoned aficionado or just getting started, our humidor is fully stocked with the best brands in the world.
And our team is here to help you find your perfect smoke.
Keep back in our upscale cigar lounge, enjoying a drink, catching the game, or just chopping it up with good company.
Hosting events, private parties, or just need a place to unwind, Dapper Cigars is your spot.
2 locations in Jacksonville that are open daily. Stop by and enjoy premium cigars with an elevated experience. Man, we're actually rolling into our next segment, which is called Rapid Smoke. Rapid Smoke is something that we have decided that we're going to do. Every week it could be something different. Since this is the first episode, we are going with cigars. Okay. I have a couple brands in mind that I want to ask Nate and see what Nate's thought is in regards to that. Okay. You ready, Nate?
Hey, first up the bat.
All right.
I'm true to this, not new to this. Let's get it.
Acid or Drew Estate?
Oh, Drew Estate. Liquor provider number 9.
Liquor provider number 9. Solid. Drew Estate or Foundation?
Ooh. Tabernacles, a Foundation. Drew Estate.
Drew Estate. Okay. Drew Estate or Ashton?
Drew Estate.
Drew Estate or Padron? Padron or Perdomo?
Ooh, it's two different levels sometimes, but Perdomo, their QC is phenomenal. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Perdomo or Rocky?
Man, I told you I'm biased now, so I'm going with Rocky.
Rocky or Arturo Fuente?
Those are my two faves. All right, Arturo Fuente. Fuente is Fuente. Fuente Friday strong. Hey, keep it with my Latin flavor. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Opus X, let's get it. Yes.
So Arturo Fuente is your top brand?
I do yes. Okay. Quality, good smoke. All the way through. And then it shuts down a lot of the, like we'll say, the label whores or the cats that look for the labels.
Yeah.
You pull out one of those, there's nothing to talk about. You see the X. X marks the spot.
I just can't believe you.
I know.
Oh man,
it's tough.
I love those guys at Perdomo. I probably want to pick Perdomo over Padron.
Well,
again,
Padron, it's the high end. They're good. They're good cigars. It's just, after going there and seeing it, I got maybe Padron will give us a factory tour, and then maybe that could change it. Message plug. Send it. Hey, send it.
No, I gotta ask you this.
Okay.
Last one. Plasencia or Padron?
Plasencia or Padron? Ooh, I might have to say Plasencia. And Plasencia has a Honduran too. That's like 146, now 149. Just saying.
Hey, by far one of the best cigars that Plasencia that came out with.
Yes.
Is that Ometepe?
Ometepe is good. Yes.
If you ain't got that Ometepe and you ain't smoked that Ometepe yet,
doing yourself a disservice.
It's a higher price point.
Yes.
But it's definitely worth it.
That was good.
When and how did you get into cigars?
When and how?
When did the passion begin?
When was probably around 2019, roughly, in that era. Smoking with my brother-in-law. Shout out Rodney. You know what I'm saying? I got you, my guy. And I had a cousin Gary called AKA Peanut. And those two were my two.
His name was AKA Peanut?
No. His nickname is Peanut.
Okay.
Also known as is AKA.
Yeah.
All right. And so those two were like the people I would smoke cigars with. And that kind of like started it going, right? Yeah. And then my cousin used to always try to give us, the regular stuff. Me and my cousin Omar, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Big O. And so, he would give us like, just a regular, because he didn't believe in our palate or, our one willingness to smoke cigars.
Right.
And so I was like, man, there's got to be a better way. So I started learning, and then I started getting my weight up.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, you got it. I was like, oh, I know. I'm coming for the takeover. And so, after a couple factory tours, I feel you're not touching me now. Yeah. But that's how I really, really started, and it was prior to me retiring and COVID and all that. And so, That was the initial. I remember like my first cigar was Tatiana Groovy Blue. It was a flavored one. We laugh at it now and snicker at it now because most cigar enthusiasts don't really smoke flavored cigars,
100%.
or flavored tobacco. And so,
Tatiana, huh?
yeah, Groovy Blue.
Oh, wow.
Groovy Blue. All right, I remember it like it was yesterday.
I ain't never did that.
Yeah, I know. So
Okay.
that was my intro. It was like, okay, but then I always felt like, man, I want a lighter, man. I need to make sure I have a lighter, so I can light my own stick, things of that such nature. And so I did. I bought me a lighter, and from then on, it's pretty much we've been going, different regions, locations. Yes, so I've been around as far as that, and the passion, it really sparked going on those factory tours.
Yeah.
That was, because you see everything. It's small as or smaller than a mustard seed, and from what it develops and grows into, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the fun fact they say is between 300 and 400 hands have touched every single cigar, from the beginning to like I said, seed to sale. 300 to 400 hands have touched the cigar.
Yeah.
So that part was like, wow, the science, the farming, the process of actually doing it, you have to tip your hat off to
Yeah,
them. They are them.
Yeah.
So yes, that was where my passion went for it.
Yeah, man.
And then just actually hanging out with the fellas and the brethren and my cigar peoples, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Real Cigar, my real smoking G's, because everybody got a group now, you know what I mean? And so, so we do that, or, when I go up top to Jersey, I smoke with the Fanatics, the chosen ones.
Yeah.
Shout out Kenneth, and, but yeah, it's just one of those things that you develop over time, man. It's almost like you have your family and then you have your cigar family.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we do spend a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
You're not just going to smoke a cigar in 15, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So you get to, know people and things like that. So that's really been fascinating and just informative to
That's
know.
amazing,
yeah.
man.
But that's my start.
Yeah, for me, I remember being in, my first cigar was back in 2014. I was at a club called, I ain't going to say
don't even say it. We got
no
you.
names, no free marketing.
Use in Cali.
I was in Cali, and this club had a smoking area, right?
Okay.
And we was smoking a cigar. I got a cigar. My first one was La Gloria Cubana, like a Maduro, and it's like, I'm like, man, what in the hell is this? Was not happy with that cigar whatsoever.
That's where it started.
And yeah, it was a terrible start. And so kind of moving on, I ended up moving to Jacksonville, right? And Jacksonville, man, I was in recruiting at the time, and I was really good at recruiting. Shameless plug, I was number 2 in the nation in 2017. So if any, I wreaked havoc during that time.
Come test me.
So during that time, I was really good, so I had a lot of downtime. So,
In Tennessee.
Yes. So I spent a lot of time at the Cigar Lounge in in Memphis.
Yeah.
And eventually started working there, and eventually started moving up in that. Man, I met some amazing people during that time, right? And man, it turned into, we were sitting down, we were having outings together. We were going to lunch, we was going to dinner, we was meeting at people's houses. When we went out before every cigar clubs became a thing, right?
Yeah.
We kind of had one where we had a bunch of people that were just meeting up, and we meet up at the Cigar Lounge, and that's kind of where watching football at the Cigar Lounge really became an important thing for me, right? Because we'll watch the game, and boy, we had that mug crazy in there. And so before I know it, man, I really fell in love with it, and then eventually I PCS, which is permanent duty duty change.
You transferred.
I transferred. I left Memphis and came to Jacksonville. And I came to Jacksonville, and I'm not going to give anybody free marketing, but I went to a Cigar Lounge by IKEA. And when I went in there, I'm like, man, what in the hell is this? You had people smoking over on this side, and another set of people smoking on this side. I'm like, man, that's not what I'm used to, right? I'm used to people that will mingle and, all of that stuff. And before I know it, I went to another cigar lounge that I'm not gonna give I'm not gonna give marketing to, but now it's a club now, and
Yep.
I was like, man,
This ain't it.
This ain't it, man. So I really was smoking a lot at home. I was doing a lot of at home smoking, and then as I told you guys in the beginning, I really got to a point where my wife was like, "Why don't you go start your cigar lounge?" And that's kind of what Dapper D's has kind of become. And so something that started off as just a way to kill time has really become one of my passion areas, man. I've met almost all the owners in the cigar industry. One thing that really changed for me though, and created like the passion is I went to Miami when I was still living in Memphis. I went to Miami for a cruise. We left out of Miami. We drove there. I remember when I got to Miami, I was like, man, I'm going to see Padron. I'm going to see Padron. I didn't know no better, right? So in Padron, when you own a lounge in Miami,
Okay.
you can go pick up from their spot.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can put an order. Instead of shipping it to save on shipping costs, you can drive over there and pick it up. And so they had a little side door that you can go to. So I seen people walking in. It's a Sunday. I went and knocked on the door. And Orlando Padron opened the door. And Orlando's one of the brothers, a brother of George.
Okay.
And Orlando welcomed me in. I'm like, hey man, I don't know how this works, but I want to buy a box of cigars from you. And
You probably a box.
I bought a box, one box, uno boxo, okay. And so I walked in and Orlando was there, and Orlando was like, yeah, I want to buy a box of cigars. So I remember bragging, like, man, it was the cheapest I've ever seen, man, I got it for this price, and all in all, shoot, they made money because they only sell wholesale, right? So they made some money off of me. They're like, all right, bet. Man, but they opened up the door, man. They was like, bro,
awesome.
you can have this. They gave me hats. I had a Damaso hat, a white with gold Damaso hat. I was at that time, I was deep into Damaso, man. I love Damaso.
Okay.
And man, that was kind of the change for me. And then again, obviously opening up, getting into the cigar thing, starting the podcast, meeting more people. It was changing for me. So then, boom, fast forward. Now we're doing our annual factory tours, right?
Okay.
And so we're doing our annual factory tours, and I'm like, yo, this is it. This is it. Now I do wish the industry would kind of get with the times sometimes. But it's so like you said, that 300 to 400 hands. Like this is a product that is hand rolled, hand curated. So when people complain about touching cigars, it's not in cellophane. Only if you knew what they did to your cigars prior to you getting it, whether it's in the cellophane or whether it's not in the cellophane.
Yep.
There's a lot of hands that touch that cigar prior to.
Yes.
So sorry about that. Tobacco's coming out. So anyway, that's kind of how my passion for everything kind of started, and here we are, man. 3 cigar lounges later, man.
I like it. I love it, man. Because he could have turned you away, and then it maybe a bad taste, and then you never know.
You never know. But one thing I'm huge on is being obedient, and this is what God has called me to do. And man, it's something I love, man. I come to work every day, and I got to hear an interview not too long ago. On another podcast, they had asked Shannon Sharp had asked Kai Cent, is streaming harder than a 9 to 5, and Kai was like, hell no, right? But what you don't realize is you look at it and say harder, right? Because a lot of things people do in life, they don't really like what they're doing, right?
Which makes it hard.
Which makes it hard, right? But man, the amount of time, effort, and work I put into Dapper D's, man, I still love it. And that's the part that makes it, that passion for me. going into our next segment. It's called our Cheers segment. This is a time where we get to bring out something exclusive for us to try. And this week we're going with the Crown Royal Marquise. This is one of their newer whiskeys. Has a very dark bottle with some deep purple tones in it.
Royal purple.
Just a really good whiskey, man. I'm not really a big Crown person, but for a long time, I was under this impression, even though it is Canadian whiskey, I was under the impression that this was more of a cognac, until somebody corrected me later down the line and was like, this is not a cognac, this is a whiskey. So what we do with the cheer segment is we're going to enjoy this. We're going to pour it, sip it, and just kind of reflect on it as we get down to the last bit of part of our podcast for today.
Yes.
So cheers, my friend.
Cheers. That's pretty good.
It is.
And see, I like this because not the typical Crown. I don't really drink Crown like that. Because a lot, like lately, they've been going to the flavors. So you had the apple, the blackberry, the peach, and all the different flavors with caramel, salted caramel. And so I stumbled upon this. Shout out to my brother Myron for hooking me up. And so I got to try this, and I was like, oh man, I gotta bring some back. So I figured out a way to get some. And
Where you get it from?
Plug, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
It can be found. It can be found,
It
you know,
can be
here and
found.
there. But it's So definitely enjoy this and go get your bottle.
One thing it reminds me of is it's like a cognac, but it has more of a whiskey bold. It's an 80 proof whiskey, so really good whiskey. And typically you start getting into bourbons as your higher proof, but definitely something really good. And I'm big in pairings and making sure you pair your cigars with something that is beneficial. So man, this is definitely a great whiskey choice moving forward. So with that being said, man, we have come to the end, man.
Yes.
Just your first time watching the Virtual Smoke Dag, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell and give us a huge thumbs up. We would love to make sure that you are connected with us, as we will put out episodes every Wednesday at 12 p.m. on YouTube and other podcast platforms, wherever you like to hear your podcasts. And we will also post to our Facebook as well. I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast.
Nate the Great.
And we are the Virtual Smoke Dag. Until next time, we'll see you soon.